dad was like, no, Jalen, get out there, do the things, be an adult. So I was like, I'll volunteer to take that patient. What's up? Good morning and happy Monday. Oh my god, y'all are probably wondering like, why is this girl so hyped, so pumped at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning? And I will tell you, I'm really not. I'm literally just putting on a show right now. This week is just gonna be very, very busy, which is, I don't even know why I keep saying that, because I feel like every week is just busy for me. But right now I'm in class. I have a ICU lecture on everything respiratory right now. It's from 8 to 12, so it's a 4-hour lecture. And then right after this, I have my genetics exam. So, well, my genetics final exam. So what I've been doing is, since this lecture is so dense and like it's very important material, obviously, I have been paying attention in class. I've been typing notes along with him. I've been like drawing little ugly pictures. Like, I've been in class. Like, this is the first time I felt like I've been in class for a very long time. But obviously, since it's a 4-hour lecture, we get little breaks. So I've been using those breaks to review my genetics final, because I still have a lot I want to get, not a lot that I want to get through for that, but like I don't feel like I can take it right now and be okay. So I've been using those breaks to get through that, but right now I'm really just prioritizing ICU, because genetics is not going to be here in a couple weeks. ICU will. And then after that, we have an hour break before the exam, and then I'm just going to move on the rest of my day. So I just wanted to get this vlog started because this week is about to be packed. I have class, I have 2 12-hour shifts for clinical, I have homework to do, I have YouTube stuff to do, I have to work on my resume, and I have Friendsgiving this weekend. So I have a lot going on, and I have to get new tires. So I have a lot going on, and y'all just gonna be along for the ride with me. So I just finished my genetics final, and I feel so much relief to be done with that class, and I can focus on ICU. But my god, that final was probably one of the hardest tests I've taken since I've been in nursing school. And it wasn't even because the material's hard. I don't even know what was going on with that, to be honest with you, but I'm sure I did fine. I'm just gonna say that. But now I'm getting ready to go to pick up some lunch. My mom made some special type of soup, like Merlaton soup or something like that, and she brought it to work with her so I can have some. So I'm gonna pick up lunch for my mom, and then I have to be back at home by 3 o'clock because we have a class meeting. And I've told you guys this before, but I'm the vice president, so I actually kind of have to be there for that. And then we're just gonna continue with the rest of our day. What's up? Alrighty, so hello guys, it's Tuesday now. It is 10 a.m. I have been in ICU lecture since about 9, and we're on a little break right now. So I just wanted to check in with my fam and say hi. Right now we're in our hemodynamics lecture, so we're just talking more about the cardiac system and like arterial lines and central venous pressures and all that good stuff until around 12 today. And then after that, I need to head to the grocery store to pick up some things for Friendsgiving on Friday, and then I need to come back and lock in and go over that. We had an arrhythmias lecture last week that, I'm not gonna lie, it was like the first day of class and it just went too hard too fast, so I just like ran away from it. So I want to go ahead and re-look at that today and get that out of the way, because tomorrow and Thursday I have clinical for 12 hours, which is like literally 6:30 to 6:30. So do you think that your girl's going to be studying for any of those days? No ma'am, like not at all. So I want to do that right after I get back from the grocery store, and then probably drop Suede off to my mom tonight, because with those 2 12-hour shifts, like usually she comes in and like walks him at lunchtime, but with those being 12-hour shifts and they're like on the West Bank, which is like 30 minutes away, that's a very long time to not have someone with him. I'm gonna drop him off at my mom's house tonight, and I will pick him up Thursday, so that way I don't have to worry about walking a dog when I get home. I can literally just go straight to sleep. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be super quick with this, but it is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday morning. It's from 5:45 and I'm legit heading out the door right now. I'm about to throw on my shirt and get out of here. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys when I get back. Okay, good morning. So I made it to clinical. I'm sitting in the parking garage right now because our teacher, who I think is right there, I don't really know, but she said to get here on the 5th floor of the parking garage by 6:30. So it's 6:15. I got around here like 2 minutes ago. So right now I'm literally just chilling, waiting for it to go down. So this is our first day of ICU clinical. I have no idea what to expect. Also, that's not my teacher. I have no idea what to expect, but I do expect a harder version of med-surg, and I don't know if y'all haven't gotten the point by now, or if you're new here, I don't like med-surg. So I'm hoping that I enjoy it. I did like the PICU on my observation day, but then again, like, that was my observation day. I didn't have to do anything. So it's gonna be interesting. How am I feeling? I'm feeling terrible. Well, actually right now I feel fine. Like, I'm cool. I'm not nervous, not excited. I literally just feel like I'm awake at 6 in the morning and it's, let's just do things so I can go home at 6 at night. But I feel like once I get in there and see everyone and like see the patients, I'm gonna freak out. I just haven't really thought about it yet. Why am I nervous? Well, because I don't know anything. So that's pretty scary. But other than that, I'm nervous that I'm gonna have to do my first IV, stuff like that. So I don't know. But Emma, I told you, is in my clinical group this time, so that's kind of comforting to know like my best friend will be here. So if I do freak out, it's fine. Like, usually I would like have to wait till in the clinical to call her and tell her what's going on, but now she'll be here. So, but actually her car just is the one that walked past that way, so she's pulling up. So I will just talk to you guys after and let you know how it goes. Hey. Okay, so this is so not me. Y'all know that when I get off from clinical, I don't want to vlog. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about it. But you guys have been so supportive of me and my vlogs, especially my clinical vlogs. So I wouldn't even feel right not talking to you guys about my day today. So today was my first clinical shift in ICU, and it was not bad, guys, honestly. So basically, we got there at 6:30. We met with our teacher in the parking garage. She walked us over to the unit. Well, she walked us over to the cafeteria. We sat down, we had like a little get to know you session. We had an orientation, we went over paperwork, went over a bunch of like housekeeping stuff. And then we went to the unit and we like introduced ourselves to the nurses. We got a sheet of all the patients that are currently on the floor. And then we got all the patients' EKG strips and we like print them out and made copies of them for us to go over later. So then after that, we went to this little conference room on the floor and we sat down and we literally went through all 12 patients. So the unit that I'm on, the second floor is the like ICU floor, but one half of this like wing that we were in was the ICU, just like the general ICU, and then the other half is the cardiac ICU, which is where I will be, so the CCU. And so we went in and we looked at the 12 patients that were in the CCU and we went through everything that is written up about them and like the little, I guess like the report sheets that the nurses get, and then from there we kind of just picked which patients we wanted to work with, which is different because all my other clinical rotations the teacher kind of just did that part and picked the patients for us, but we got to pick our patients this time, so that was really cool. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I've always gotten like septic patients when I was working in med-surg. Like, I always got people with urosepsis or like septic shock, cellulitis, things like that. Like, I just got the same, it's not the same thing, but I basically just always ended up with septic patients. So when she said like make sure you pick something you haven't picked before, majority of the patients that were like eligible for us, because like I said, we can't take the COVID patients, but they only had one COVID patient on our floor, but we couldn't take those. So the ones that were left were mostly septic patients, or people who had something else like pancreatitis and then led to sepsis. So we had one patient on the floor that was a neuro patient, and I had never had a neuro patient before, but the deal with that one was that if someone picked that patient, it would just be that person and that patient, because you guys know with like neuro patients, they can't have a lot of stimuli going on, so it would be too much to have 2 nursing students, a nurse, a doctor, and all of that come in, not to mention family and friends. So she's like, if y'all pick that patient, you're gonna work on your own and everyone else can work in groups. So that kind of made me like do I want to work by myself? But then I was like, no, Jalen, get out there, do the things, be an adult. So I was like, I'll volunteer to take that patient. But after that, we went to lunch, and then when we came back on the floor, it was time for us to touch these patients. So I get back on the floor, and I'm trying to get a report from my nurse for my neuro patient, and it turns out that they were getting discharged that day. So obviously, like, I couldn't really do anything because he was getting ready to get discharged within the hour. So I told my teacher, and she's like, okay, well, let's see what else we have. She did find one other neuro patient on the floor, and they were also getting discharged. And then we found one other patient, and they were also getting discharged. So basically I had no patient. So I spent most of the day after lunch kind of just floating around. I did talk to her about my patients that I was originally gonna get. So since everyone was kind of busy, I went through the charts and like learned what was going on with my patient before he got discharged, and like looked through all the meds, talked to her about it, gave report on him. So I did that with about 3 patients with her, just so that I would get some type of like learning today. And then after that, I just kind of like helped with people with their patients. So like, you know, refresh on those skills. I got to do a little head to toe assessment on their patient. I also got to suction the patient today, so that was cool. That was a new skill I can check off. Basically, tomorrow when I get there, hopefully I have another patient on that floor. If not, she will send me to float somewhere, maybe like the ICU across the hall, or like the ED or something. So fingers crossed I get something good tomorrow, but I honestly would not mind floating to the ED. It is day 2. I did not vlog at all this morning because when I tell you, between being tired from yesterday and the weather, like it's finally getting a little colder around here. It was like freezing in my house when I woke up. I could not get out of bed until the very last second. Like, I got out of bed with just enough time to do everything I needed to do and eat a big breakfast and get here early. So they said to be here around 6:20. I got here around 6:10. I'm just chilling in the car until it's time to get out. But yeah, day 10. Hello guys, it is Friday now. Yesterday I had clinical, and I really wanted to record last night for you guys, but y'all know, like, the second day of clinical was just a lot harder than the first. I was too tired. I just could not do it. Oh my god, I literally came home, ate, went to sleep. So now it is Friday, almost 9 o'clock, and I am off from school today. I am off on Fridays now. I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys what I did at clinical yesterday, because yesterday was so much fun, you guys. So y'all remember how I said on Thursday or Wednesday I volunteered to take that patient? No, I didn't have one, blah blah blah. So yesterday they had about 3 cool patients on the floor, and then I offered to take one of those because they were interesting. I haven't had those before, but my teacher was like, no, like, I still want you to go to the ER. So yesterday I got to go to the ER and work one-on-one with the emergency room nurses and just like practice a bunch of skills. So let me like go back. She introduced me to like the triage manager guy. We sat and talked to him for a while. He was very interesting, very nice guy. And then she introduced me to a trauma room nurse, and I talked to her. She showed me what was going on with her patient, and then I was assigned to a nurse. And then the nurse that I was assigned to was amazing, guy, and you can just tell like she knew what she was doing. At first, when I first met her, I was kind of nervous, honestly, but we had a great time. I got to do my first IV insert. I got to do a bunch of IV push meds. I got to hang some boluses. I got to obviously do some vital signs. I got to do some assessments. I got to bring patients to CT, and while I was in CT, I got to talk to the CT people, and they showed me how to read some scans, and I got to look at different things on the scans like cancer and nodules and calcifications and stuff like that. So they showed me that. I got to do a dipstick urinalysis. What else did I do? I almost got to do an in and out cath, but that was just to kind of scare him into like peeing for us. I got to have great conversations with some amazing patients. All my patients yesterday were super sweet. I did not see any COVID patients because, like I said, I was not allowed to do that, but yeah, I just did a lot of skills, like over and over again. A lot of med reviews, like when we go pick up meds, she would like ask me what they do and what are their generic name, what are their brand name, things like that. And I really just got to learn the flow of the ER, and I really enjoyed it, guys. Like, you know, I love L&D. I love it. But the ER, to me, or this particular ER on this day, I'm not speaking about how the ER is ran in every hospital, so like, do not come at me for this, but to me it felt like it was kind of like working in a restaurant again. Like, I don't know if y'all guys know, but I've worked at a restaurant for about 2 years, and to me it was kind of like that. And we had our 3 rooms, and that was like our tables, and then they would sit us with a patient or a customer, and from triage we'll have like a list of orders that was already like required for us to do. So whether that was a blood draw, IV start, fluids, like a CAT scan, things like that, and we just had to get those done. And then once we got those done and we waited for the doctor to say something else, we gave the meds as they came in. We like gave the patient whatever they needed while they were with us, and we were kind of like making a balancing act for all of 3 of our patients until they got sent upstairs or sent home. So it was literally like, you know, serving tables, but like just serving your patients, but doing nursing things. Like I still got to do all the skills that like nurses do on the floor, IVs, Foley's, like things like that, but it wasn't like I was catering to this patient like hand and foot for the full 12 hours. It was a nice little flow of something else to do. You know, I definitely see myself doing like ER and like using those skills, using those critical thinking skills and being a nurse, but doing it in a much like quicker turnout, right? So I enjoyed that so much. But yeah, so yesterday was great. Great time. Now what I'm doing is I'm about to clean up my apartment because I don't know what happens between Tuesday and Friday when I go to clinical, but it's a freaking mess. And then I'm gonna run to the store, pick up like some last minute things, and then get started on cooking because today is Thanksgiving. So I need to get prepped on all of the stuff that I'm supposed to be bringing, and then just have a great day. I am very stressed because we have our first ICU exam on Monday, and I have barely started studying for it. Like I paid attention in class, I did a lot of review while I was at clinical, and a lot of the stuff is review. So I'm trying to tell myself that I will be fine, but I also don't have time to do any schoolwork today. So I am just gonna pretend that school doesn't exist in the name of self-care, and I will see you guys on Monday most likely. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you, bye.